Fighting the Frozen. This one looks like it's going to be good. So, a little while ago, I picked up the Fighting the Frozen packs. I didn't get all of them. But what this is specifically, this is DC Direct, this is Todd McFarlane, this is McFarlane Toys, this is essentially Barbarian Batman. That's what drew me to it, that's what made me want it. It was literally that simple. I saw these, I knew they were coming out, I got excited, I started looking for them. I kept coming across, like almost all of them. Found Mr. Freeze, Batman, Robin, multiple targets. Could not, for the life of me, find Batgirl. She wasn't showing up anywhere. So I said to myself, I'm going to have to get these online if I ever get them. One day I went to Target, random, and she was right there on the shelf. And I was like, well, I'm not going to pass it up now. I found all 4 of them. Didn't want all 4 of them. I want these for a very specific reason. I want these to go with these. It's that simple. Barbarian Batman, He-Man, Barbarians, Red Sonja, Conan, Golden Axe. That's pretty much this shelf, and it's going to be this shelf too. And I want to add them to it. And it's no more complicated than that. Let's check these boxes out. Here they are. Batman, Batgirl, Robin. The boxes are fine for what they are. We'll use Robin, we'll talk about it. This is just a plastic case. I do have a problem with this case. This is one of those plastic sealed cases that I'm going to have no choice. I'm going to need scissors, because I am an opener. I want this open, and these things are sealed like crazy. You're not just ripping them open, and if you do, you got a good chance of cutting yourself. It's a problem. But for sealed collectors, for in-box collectors, this might be perfect. In-box collectors are never going to open it up and get the comic book, however, and maybe you're missing out on that, to be fair. I don't know. I haven't read it. Back is just DC, but what I'm saying here is that for an inbox collector, this is probably as perfect can be. This is going to go on the wall. It's going to be see-through. It's going to be easily dusted. It's not going to like crumple or anything like that, even if it got wet. So you could literally come by, spray it if you needed to, and wipe the dust off, or whatever you needed to do. These are a good idea for inbox collectors. It's a 100% window. There's no question as to what the character is or what I got. It's almost literally perfect. It's quite good. But for me, I want to read that comic, and I want to see the figures in my hands. So for me, the boxes are terrible. But what are you going to do? We're going to open them. That's what we're going to do. Okay, first guy out of packaging is Robin. And just like I said, the packages are a bit of a nightmare. I mean, it was really something to cut this out. The figure itself looks really solid as far as I can tell. Its movement is actually, I would praise this above the normal McFarlane figures that I've gotten. I don't know if that's because it's a DC Direct or what, but this legit feels better. It's got like a lot of movement in here and everything like that I don't see. I mean, I guess I do. To be fair, the best figure that I've bought from McFarlane Toys, literally the best one, is the Nightfall Batman. So I'll put that in the annotation, but it was really solid. And I do feel like I'm seeing some of the same things here, but I don't know if he just feels better or what. He just feels really good. And maybe I'm a little biased because this is something that I Like, I'm blatantly enjoying everything about this. Like, I'm liking the pants. That's bad. That's bad. That's it. That's max leg movement here for him. He can sidekick and things of that nature, but... Oh, well, hold on. Hold on. There. What? Look, that's not bad, okay? At first, I thought that was really bad. I didn't realize that the knee was, like, wild. It's really hard to even do. I'm gonna have to... Yeah, I can't even do it. Like, but the knee is here. Let me refocus that camera there. The knee is... So there's a bend here, the knee, but I can't get this to move the way I want it to right now. Ah, there it is. Ah, there we go. Knee! Okay. Yeah, that's going to be really tough. I'm going to have to work with him, and ow, I just pinched the crap out of myself. But I'm going to have to work with him a bit, because he is a bit of a pain. He's got toes that move, so he's got that mid area, and then he's got an ankle that goes up and down, but it doesn't seem to have any sway one direction or another. It's just ankles up and down. Okay, and I'm going to assume that the movement is true for every single one of them. The face, decent. I like that. I like that a lot. I don't know if I would consider this Dick Grayson. You think maybe this is a Tim Drake Robin? I don't know. This will be interesting. I like reading the book. This I like. This is cool. This little skull here and the necklace, it's kind of raised and everything. I like that he's got this bandana that's going on. I like all of this. This is a bit in the way, but it's pliable enough that it's not going to stop you from doing anything that you want to do once you break him out and get him moving. Oh yeah, there's even some movement down at the torso there. Solid. This guy has a lot of decent movement. He comes with a knife thing, which I believe we could put right here. Okay, so he can actually carry that knife on him. And then he comes with this spear right here. And it's double-ended too, which is kind of cool. So we got the two ends, and we got like horsehair on it and everything. I like this weapon quite a bit, actually. That is really, really super cool. So, do you hold your spear? Oh my gosh. He did not come with extra hands. So what we've got is what we've got. There we go. A little tough, but I wanted it to be a little tough to get in there because I don't want it falling out. He has two hands. Both of them are gripping hands, so that's not a bad thing once we figure out how we're going to do it. But for right now, if I just want him standing there holding the spear, I got it in his hand. Let's work it down to a point here. If I wanted him to stand there holding the spear like this, he could do it. He could do it. He'd get away with that. Solid. Robin, thumbs up. The Robin is really cool. I really enjoy it. I think this is fantastic. Can you look up? You can look up pretty decently. Can you brood? You can brood and be sad, Robin. Okay. Let's open another. All right. Next up is the Batgirl. So, couple of things. One, she moves pretty well. We got all the same kind of movement. We got the double elbow and everything. She can literally punch herself in the face. That's the kind of stuff that we're looking for. That's good. Otherwise, very much McFarlane-esque standard, but I would argue that these seem to have better movement than some of the McFarlane figures I've bought. Or maybe I'm just getting used to the McFarlane figures and the way they do things, and I'm starting to figure out how I can move them and how I can get them to do the things I want them to do. I don't know. I'm not sure if it's growing on me or if they're just getting better and better and better. You have she has decent torso movement. Look at that. Holy crap. That's good. Can you look up? You need assistance looking up. Can you sad? You could sad. You could brood. We got brooding Batgirl. That's good. Okay, let's check her out here real quick. So aesthetically, I'm digging this. I like the cowl. I like that it's all stitched, like hard-esque stitched, and I really, really like this because it really plays to the Barbarian angle of things. And that's what I'm loving about these figures, is like the way that these are like teeth or something that was pulled off of something. I really like that. I like this. I don't know how she would have made that, but it's really cool. I like the armor. I like the fact that this is really just a wrap, and then this is an armor that's kind of put on it, like a bunch of. It almost reminds me of what you see with some swordsmen and whatnot. That's kind of what that reminds me of in general. I like the cape. It's just like a bunch of leather that's like hard stitched together, like here and here, where she just got strips, like long strips of leather. I like this, but this also leads me to a question. Is this an alternate Barbara, or are we looking at a different Batgirl? Are we looking at another? Is it not? I think they had like the same name. Is it Cassandra? The Batgirl that had the complete bat mask that didn't have the cover? I'm curious. That didn't have the chin out? I'm really curious about that now. But I'll know when I read it, I guess, to be fair, because I don't think that this is a redhead, which is fine. That's cool, though. Yeah, I'm really liking this. Like, all of these little details are solid. I like the pants here and whatnot. I like all of this up in here. Like I said, I like the bat stitching and everything. I'm not sure how she would have done the eyes back then and everything, but that's okay. I'm not looking for complete realism. I'm looking for the look to hit me. And speaking in which, for the look, check this out. That grapple hook, that right there is Barbarian. It's like hard stitched together bones and twine and everything like that. Just enough to get the job done. That's so cool. And she has dual axes, which is fantastic. So you're looking at a Batwoman that's got she's a dual wielding axe lady, which is really sick. That's so cool. In terms of getting it in their hands, though, it's always a bit of a problem, I'm noticing. I don't know if it's a McFarlane thing or if I'm just imagining stuff, but it seems like every time I get a weapon with these guys, I gotta fight with it to get it into their hands. So, like, I'm gonna pull the thumb back and twist it on there. Maybe it's me. Hold on. Okay, I got him, and I got myself an action pose. It's the hands. It's true that from an awkward position, because I'm kind of to the side of the camera over here, that makes it a little tough to put them into her hands, but really there is something to be said about how the hands on the McFarlane figures work. There's not a problem with the weapons or the hands. Once you get them in there, they're fine. Unlike when I had to call out Kalith, I believe, in the Vox Machina video, I had to mention that her hands were literally made too small, or the weapon was made too big. Not the same problem here. It's just that the hands are they're pliable, they're malleable or whatever. You can easily move them, but they're a little tough. They hold shape, but they move easily, if that makes sense. So once you get them in there, you could see that she holds them very, very fine, and there's absolutely no problem whatsoever. So that's not the issues. It really was just kind of me and my awkward angle. But that's her. So I got her here, and I got Robin, and now it's time to see the Batman. And lastly, Batman. Okay. You would imagine, he's Batman, he's star of the line, right? Okay, so, normal articulation. We got the double knees and things like that. Careful when you're messing with them. This hair, like the boot hair and whatnot, the horse hair on the boots or whatever you want to call it, it has no give. It will stab the crap up out of you. Does that? Oh man, that's rough. Okay, he's gonna stand weird. Can I move his legs? A little bit, but not much. The feet, I wish there was a thing here for turning this. That's rough. So whatever stance he is going to take, and I don't know what it is, like a walking maybe, because he's, for the star of the line, I've got my problems here. Does his ankle pivot or anything? Like, yeah, okay, so we got ankle turn. That's going to help us a little bit. But, like, his legs are wild to me. He's got the whole thing and everything. That's fine. It's how he's... So, look, this is him standing as straight as he can stand. You see that? Like, his legs are all turny, wobbly, and like, okay, even if I did this, he has to be at like a movement thing, because he doesn't have a movement here. So he has to stand a very specific way, and if he doesn't stand that way, it ain't happening. That's not going to be too bad. As an adult collector, I'm not looking to like play with Batman. Yeah, it's true that I'm probably going to do some action shots when I get a chance. I'm waiting for like the first snow to hit. I got a lot of Barbarian ideas. But like, yeah. I'm not going to hate this for what it's worth. Look, right there, I've already kind of got something. And once he's on his stand, he'll probably have a lot more tension on that foot. Let's put him on the stand and see. Oh, man. Yeah, don't hurt yourself on that horsehair. Okay, so that's going to flatten that foot out, give it more, see, more surface area. So his stand is going to help him a lot. And there, we got our guy. And maybe you turn that stand so it's a little more in, because his weight pivots this way because of his cape. And there we go. So if the stand, keep in mind, if you've got this guy, this is one of the best things you can do because of the way his legs are, the way his feet are. He has to stand a very specific way. Robin can, and Robin has it a little bit too. I didn't notice it until just now because it didn't really affect him. Their feet don't turn in a way that would allow you to save their standing. So like Robin has a little bit of in the way that his feet are too and everything. But all in all, I'm still not mad, in all honesty. It's a little off-putting, but how do I put this? I expect it of McFarlane Toys. And my experience is because I've bought Wonder Woman a couple of times from McFarlane Toys and got okay figures at best. I've bought a fantastic Batman. I've bought a Batman that looked great but wasn't so great on the movement or standing. Usually their legs are a little funny. And it's a roller coaster when it comes to me and the McFarlane Toys. It just is. But I almost bought these guys aesthetically, if you want the truth of it. So let's check him out. Aesthetically, look at that face. That right there, this is Dark Wolf, man. I'm telling you, Fire and Ice, you can watch it for free right here on YouTube. If you just look up Frank Frazetta, Fire and Ice, you can find the entire movie on YouTube. You can just watch it. And there are other ways to watch it, of course. And if you could, buy like a Blu-ray or something of that nature. I'm telling you, it has a slow start, but if you're into Frank Frazetta, Barbarian art, 1980s like hand-drawn animation, like heavy metal, Barbarians in general, it's got a bit of a slow start. It takes its time with what it's doing, but it's high Barbarian fantasy, and it's so good. And this guy screams it, man. It's exactly what he is. This is Dark Wolf. I'm telling you. They were like, what if Batman was Dark Wolf? Sure. They just did it. I like this right here. And he's kind of got ropes and things like that are going on. So he's got like a utility belt, literally, because he's got ropes. Then he's got like the stuff that guards him. Then over here he's got like some tools. So he's got like a batarang type of thing. And he's got like a little blade thing. And then he's got stuff here. And he's got the little bat. He has a literal Barbarian utility belt. I mean, can we get any more awesome than that? Is that not sick? Because I think that is sick. That is so cool. I like his boots. His boot back here is different than the boot that's in the front. So that's actually really cool, actually. I like that a lot. I don't know why. I just really like that there's the difference in the boots. Let's check his cape. His cape is the same kind of idea. He's got like the fur right here where she doesn't have the fur. So if we're comparing capes, she doesn't have the fur. She just went for like complete animal skin leather. And he did the same thing. You could tell that he's just got long stretches of something that he's killed that was like leather that he tanned or whatever. And then he's got better stitching than her. I would say that he has better tailor skills than Batgirl or Batwoman or whichever thing I'm looking at here, because I actually don't know exactly if this is going to be a Batwoman or a Batgirl type of thing. It says Batgirl, but like I said, it's not the redhead Barbara Gordon-esque Batgirl. Not that it has to be. It's just I'm curious if we're looking at an alternate version of all characters. Is this not a alternate Bruce Wayne? Is it just a dude that did this years ago or whatever? I'm really curious to read this, and I don't know if they're going to be one-shots or what. I don't know. In fact, just to ask here real quick, I put the cards, each one of them, they come with the cards. I don't give a crap about the cards. So here's the first page. Gotham City, 1876. And here's the first page. Oh, that's worrisome. So either they all have the same start, or this is just a one-shot book, or this is the first book of the series of books, and now I have single issues of something that I'm simply not going to finish because I'm not. I'll buy the graphic novel. I will not hunt down single issues anymore, and I have an entire video on that too, if you're interested at all, why I gave up single issues, because there are legitimate reasons. Let's check his weapons. He's got a bat hatchet, makeshift sword thing. It's really cool. This screams Barbarian, just the hardcore nature of it. It's a rock that he shaped into a bat that he's got like a bunch of, causing death sharp rocks, and then he's got all the twine and everything like that held it together. And then he's got a bat axe. Guys, that's what that is. He took a gigantic rock, twined the crap out of it, tied a bunch of thong string. This is awesome. This is awesome. These guys are awesome. I really like these. I'm not buying the Mr. Freeze. I don't need a Big Daddy on my shelf. But I needed these on the shelf. And so now, questions. Question 1. How do you guys look with Vicron? That look right? Does that look right? I feel like that looks right. I feel like that's solid. I feel like right now he's smaller, but it's because he's got the hunched over walk that I chose to do. Robin is just about the same size, but a little smaller. Their muscles and everything look right. It looks accurate to the ideas. I would say his muscle is way more impressive than Vicron's, but hey, that is awesome. That is sick that works. Next question. Do they look good with Red Sonja? Do they? I think they do. I think they look good with Red Sonja. I think these are perfect in terms of their looks. I could complain a little bit about some of the design factors in terms of their movements, but in terms of their looks, this is absolutely perfect. I don't think you could have done Barbarian Batman figures any better. It is fantastic, and I can't wait for the first snow, because I'm going to go out there. I have some ideas for him alongside like Beastman and whatnot. So like I got some real good Barbarian ideas that I haven't been able to play out yet because we haven't got a good snow. These figures are fantastic. So yeah, Fighting the Frozen, Barbarian Batman, Barbarian Batwoman, Batgirl, Barbarian Robin, they fit so well. They're going to look fantastic with the Motu figures. They're going to look fantastic with the with the executive replicas figures. They're going to look fantastic, I imagine. I didn't test them, but there's no reason for me to believe that they won't look fantastic next to the Golden Axe figures. These are awesome figures. Awesome, 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 awesome. I am truly amazed at just how good these turned out. This was a fantastic buy. I've got nothing else to say other than this is cool. It's added to the shelf, and it is instantly looking like prize pieces on the shelf, because these are really, really cool. Catch you later.
I have spoken. Take what you will from it.